I would tell you guys what happened the last time I streamed this game, but I don't have to. Because I'm pretty sure the next time we get Unicorn on this stream, or Azurcam, whatever name he goes by now, he will never let me hear the end of what the hell happened last stream. In fact, let me just show you how much of a disaster the last stream was, because it's been a couple months at this point. Usually, I don't leave a world until I've actually beaten the whole thing. But as you might see, this is what happens during Neon Cabaret when you get all 4 guys in at once. Kinda makes me glad, in a way, that I'm the only one tonight, because that means there should really be nothing keeping me from actually beating these levels once and for all. I don't even know if... I'm pretty sure I can get the rest of these 2 worlds. Maybe get to Mad Monster Mansion, but in all honesty, I have no idea how long this stream is gonna go tonight. In fact, in a way, I probably shouldn't even be streaming right now. But the show must go on, and this is my favorite game of all time, so I have to wrap this up eventually. So, other guys or not, this is how it's gonna be. So, let's get back to the game and try not to fuck up as hard as last time. Crap. Already we screwed up. That's nice. That's really nice. How do we not do Gobi Trunker. Well, we now know where one of the Jiggies was. I did not want that. I did not want to do that. I forgot you can't climb, Trunker. Now we have to find the other Jiggy that's here. What makes this a bit more embarrassing is that I'm usually able to get through all the get through everything in one life. He sneezes and the door opens. Fantastic! Let's get the notes inside of here now. And I forgot this required eggs. Now, where are the galoshes or triple flippers or wherever they are? Damn, son, these are some hot notes here. That's perfectly fine, we'll just wait for the carpet to come back. That's it, I'm leaving this desert to find some peace and quiet. And we finally get another piece of some well-needed health. And I think this is where we're going... Oh, right, this is a stop and swap location. I'm actually gonna unlock one of these on stream. And nothing's there. Oh, that's lame. The person before me must have collected that. Because all the stop and swap eggs are actually unlocked by default in the 360 version. And then you can trade them out for car parts in Nuts and Bolts. So, yeah, that looks about right. Let's go get everything else and everywhere else. Also, I know you don't need every single note in the game, but you know what? It looks pretty darn good. See. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna do this one last. Mostly because there's an actual mortal danger to be had in there. Also, who's leaving all these notes around here? You'd think they'd be stolen or picked up by someone else by now, but no, they're just lying around. I may have already gotten this, Jiggy. I'm really just here for the notes. Alright, I've already got that one. Wow, depth perception is not my friend today. Oh, thank God that's open. You know what? If that wasn't open, I would have flipped. And that's how you get honeycombs from that. That was close. That was really friggin' close. Part I've always hated about that is that it's impossible to get there without the shoes, and even with the shoes, you barely make it. By like a fraction of a second. Hi, Captain! Don't worry, it's been really long for me too. How you doing? Why? Why, Captain? Why did you watch that? The sad part is, for the sake of context for the YouTube people, actually, it's going to be I don't think there's actually going to be a lot of videos for a while. It's a long story, but it's been really complicated behind the scenes. Oh, good. You watched the riff. That's slightly better. Oh yeah, I saw the, like, is it like it's sleepy time or something like that? Yeah, I saw the link you posted on the video. All I can ask is why. Like, potty training, I can kind of see why that would exist, but do kids really need training to go to sleep? Does the Duke family have any shame? Oh, and Miles told me I beat my note score. The pet he has here, that's also in Banjo-Tooie. Where the hell are those other two Jinjos? Hold on, I'm actually gonna look this up. The best educational video, does Bill Nye the Science Guy count? Because I actually have seen a good number of educational videos. I just want to know if Bill Nye counts. But in the hypothetical... Okay, so Bill Nye does count. Other than that, I would say... Oh, no! Yeah, I don't know what else I would say other than that, because Bill Nye really hit the nail on the head with that one. I can't believe I had to look that up. By the way, did you know Bill Nye the Science Guy is on Netflix? I feel like that is the most important thing I will bring up today. And I believe there are 4 notes in here, and that counts. Yes, Bill Nye the Science Guy is on Netflix. Wrong way. Up. Now we have to get all those notes all over again. I just feel like this stream is basically going to be what the hell I screwed up in the last stream. Again, the problem is, as much as I would be interested in doing that, I'm afraid I don't exactly have the time. But yeah, even with that, I hope the collab goes well. I know how hard it is to do collabs. I've never really been able to do one myself, because usually I was the only one interested in actually doing the collab. I just got stuck on a tree. I got stuck on a tree. to... Sorry, dropped my phone. There we go. Like, trolling how? Because I think that whole show is basically a trolling maneuver on the behalf of Cartoon Network. Well, then again, I don't really follow Teen Titans Go that well, so... Hey, Captain. Do you ever get lonely in the chat? Ow. So the Jingles were the last. The Jingles were the last Jiggy. And as far as Jiggy's go, we are done here. Unfortunately, though, we still have the notes, and that's gonna be the and as it turns out, that's what's been the tricky part. Yeah, like, the streamer also wishes there were more people here, Captain. Part of that is you're kind of the first one to know since you're the only one here, but we're actually taking Neon Cabaret and spinning it off into its own channel. No! You know what? I'll go for it later. We have more pressing matters to deal with. Now, if I remember, I got all of the notes here. And I do remember very well. I've spent over an hour in Gobi's Valley. And I'll probably spend another hour trying to get those last 4 notes onto the score. So yeah, this is pretty much the fixing everything I fucked up last stream. You know what? With potty training videos, it's best not to question anything, because if you do, you start asking questions, and then you gain a tumor. Alright, that's the finish line. Also, I just want to say, I've 100%ed this game probably 5 or 6 times. And this is by far the worst run of all. Like, I don't even think I played this bad when I first played this game. new version of Soren? I heard about the crap they're doing with Frozen, but I didn't hear about new Soren. I don't know, did I tell you about the time I went to Epcot earlier this year? And now, as a walrus, I'm going to steal Two-Face away from Vine Sauce. Okay, so here's what happened. I didn't go on everything. I got to the first thing I did was get onto the new test track, and honestly, the new test track is actually kind of lame. I don't know, like, it feels more like Tron than what it's really supposed to be, which is basically you going through all of the crap they put through cars before they actually put it out on the market. It felt less like that and more like I was in, like, the Tron Mobile. They did not need to change test track at all. And they did it anyway. Let's see. I went on Journey into Imagination, which still isn't as good as which I used to like it, but now that I know what used to be there, I'm kind of like, really? I mean, I like Eric Isle and all, but he has done way better. But I saw Captain EO in person for the first time, and I just couldn't get over how unmanly Michael Jackson is in that. Like, all the way home, me and my dad were making jokes about, like, the first line he says in it, like, "So what's going on, guys?" Spaceship Earth is still Spaceship Earth. I mean, yeah. I didn't go to the Living Seas because, for all I know, they're still pimping the fuck out of Finding Nemo there. And, well, let's just say that with Finding Dory, that's not going away anytime soon. Like, again, most of the new attraction, like, most of the new stuff, and, like, most of the attractions at Epcot really didn't need to be fixed or changed. I thought the behind-the-scenes featurette was actually pretty informative. I actually didn't know... I knew a lot about that stuff, but it was actually refreshing to know that they actually told the audience about that, because it's still really cool information. Wonders of Life is still closed. And I have no idea why Ellen is still in Universe of Energy. I mean, nothing against Ellen herself, but the ride itself is turning 20 in, like, this year or next year, and keep in mind, they thought that they were replacing an outdated attraction. They could have just updated, like, the mini documentary they had before and it would be fine. But now it's like, I don't know, Bill Nye's cool, but Alex Trebek still has his mustache, and like, if there's anything that does need an update in Epcot, if there's anything that does need an update in Epcot, it's probably Universe of Energy. You know what? You know what? If I actually was in charge of, like, Universe of Energy, I actually would put Matt and Dusty in Universe of Energy. I actually have had several ideas where that would work. Maybe in an alternate dimension, maybe in an alternate dimension where Disney buys Brain Freezer, that might happen. Well, nothing concrete, but I don't know, like, but if they ever said, hey, would you put Matt and Dusty in Universe of Energy, I would just say, sure. Let's see, what else did I go on? I forgot whether I went on Mission Space, but my god, the CGI in Mission Space has not aged well at all. I wouldn't say it's tough for Matt and Dusty to be Matt and Dusty without inappropriate jokes. I think the harder thing is trying to get them to be educational. Because the whole thing about Dusty is that he's not funny because he swears or he drinks or he does inappropriate things. He's funny because he's always angry. He has no tact at all. And I think that's why people liked him, because he acts the way we want to act. But we know we can't. I don't think I went to Interventions. Actually, I've been thinking, I've actually been thinking of adding a third character, which I don't know why he's not in the show yet, but as soon as I get back to doing Matt and Dusty, I'm actually doing a new animated show right now that I'm in development of. But once I get that, once I get that over and done with, I'm probably gonna show off some new characters on Matt and Dusty. You know what would be awesome? You know what they should do at Interventions that would be awesome? E3. Like, I don't know, like, maybe, like, even if they did that at, no, it's not Phoenix Diaries, that project's kind of canceled now. Unlike Phoenix Diaries, this one actually has some good people behind it. Or rather, it did. Even though I had a team before, but that fell apart. So now the new team is basically the 4 guys of Neon Cabaret. The 4 of us are actually working together to sort of revive this project and actually see it through. But Disney would never do like an E3 at Disneyland or Disney World because Disney really doesn't care about video games. I mean, yes, they have Kingdom Hearts, but other than that, what really is there? Yes, the E3 thing could happen, but I don't think it will happen. Mostly because, again, Disney doesn't really care about video games. Even if they did do something like that, I bet it would only just be like games from Disney or something like that. Disney Quest, the interesting thing about Disney Quest is that I actually went there when it was still kind of new. I think it was like a couple years after it opened. This was like early 2000s, but when it was still, when it opened, it was actually really, really cool. But the problem is, you have to update it. And it's closing. That's actually kind of sad. Because, again, Disneyland, Disney Quest, like a lot of things from the 90s, is awesome, but they date. If they updated the games, or even, like I said, like, do the E3 thing, they might actually be able to stay open, but no, they decided not to replace those machines in, like, 10, 15 years. I think it was also really expensive too. Anyway, look at me not playing video games. I should probably do that. Have I ever mentioned how much of an asshole Boggy is? And I'm stuck in the bridge. Oh my god, barely. As for the notes in Gobi's Valley, I've decided to do that off-screen, because that might actually take a while. Least favorite Disney attraction? Okay, because I have to remember my experiences on a lot of them. You might want to give me a minute on this one, because I have to remember all of them, because I actually like almost all of them. It's actually kind of like asking me what my favorite video game is. There's too many for me to pick an absolute well, Banjo Kazooie, actually, is my favorite video game of all time. Actually, just Banjo Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, these types of 3D platformers, yeah, and yes, I am fucking excited for Ukulele. I just filled out my pledge information and all that. So, least favorite Disney attraction. Are you talking about the new Journey into Imagination? Because the old one is something that I wish I was alive to be on. Okay, let's see, least favorite Disney attraction. Technically, this is Disneyland. But I'm gonna have to say Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, cause that has not really aged well either. In fact, actually, you know what? I liked Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Least favorite Disney attraction is probably the Monsters, Inc. ride in Disneyland. Because it was really, really boring. Basically, if you've seen Monsters, Inc., you don't need to go on the Monsters, Inc. ride. So yeah, I'm gonna say that as my final answer. My least favorite Disney attraction, the Monsters, Inc. ride. And now you see how much of an asshole Boggy really is. No! No I did not. I did not attend Disneyland California Adventure in its first year. In fact, the only time I ever even visited California was a couple of years ago. And I went on Soarin' there. This was before Cars, the whole Cars thing. Now, if I had been there when that was there, I would have written that, and that would have been my least favorite, but I'm talking like stuff that I've actually written. Because I think I was like 5 or 6 when California Adventure opened. Worst Dark Ride ever? Well, I don't think you've been in Tommy Wiseau's The Room, The Ride. I am playing Banjo Kazooie. And with that, we have caught up. Let me go to intermission, whatnot, so I can see what Captain pulled up. Oh God!
What are we about to ride?
Superstar Limo!
Please be sure to keep your arms, legs, and egos inside the limo at all times. There's a collect call for you. It's your new agent. Welcome to Hollywood. Looking sensational as always.
What is that?
Listen, I'll have your contract for you at the premiere, okay? Just get to the Chinese theater pronto here.
Okay, that is spaghetti theater material. I am playing this. Oh, by the way, Lord Minx, I'm playing this game because it's my favorite game of all time. Although, pretty much fixing everything that I screwed up in the last Banjo Kazooie stream was kind of a stream in itself. I'm thinking about switching games. What do you guys say? No, Captain, I'm not watching the rest, because, one, I might break the chat module. And 2, I'd rather save those raw reactions for Spaghetti Theater. I don't even know when the next Spaghetti Theater recording session is, but I know I'm saving it for that. Okay, fine. Just